Figured I'd play some hardship while eating chips. All right. So where I left off last was I was verifying it was a 2x8 design of the full adder. Works. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think I saved that design in this thing. So I guess I need to keep that in mind. But I do have it in the game. But I'm also looking at a more streamlined 4x4 design as well. And I think I got a pretty good layout for it. So I'm going to show my compact 2x8 design that I made. That's better. It's an advanced chip. It's nice. But what I was finding out is that I was having to hop over some things in some crossings, and I was like, I don't really like this. As I was trying to shrink it, I kept kind of fighting that. Like I said, I got it as best as I could. So I think I'm going to have the two different designs. I'm going to have a 2x8, and then I'm going to do this 4x4, because there may be an instance where I don't know yet. The further along I go in the game, one may call for a different design or the other. So I guess I can explain a little further about this 4x4. So, and of course I destroyed it because I was trying some other things. But let's pull it up here. This is the design that I came up with. Carry-in was over here. B was in the middle. A was over here. Sum was here. Carry out. No, this was this carry out. Carry out's from there. Sum is from there. Right? Yeah, 7 and 8. So this one is carry out. This is sum. I don't know if it really. I don't think it matters where you place this in this instance, because I believe it counts the whole thing where it comes from. It still fills up. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what I can tell, it doesn't seem like the tick ends there where you put this for some reason. Maybe I'm confused about that. I think it just continues to wherever it fills up, kind of like flowing water in the water pools. Maybe the water, the flow of the electrons just continues to tick until it hits a wall or something, I guess. It's probably something I should make sure I understand so that I can streamline things better. But this chip works. So that's where I'm at with it. So, I mean, this may be the best overall chip I could make. I'm not sure. But again, there may be instances where I want it to be kind of thin and long in a circuit. So I want to make sure I save it. And is there a way to like name these different? Because there it is right there. Maybe we'll name it full bit adder 2x8. And then I guess, do you duplicate it? And then I'll change the other one. So I want to copy it just in case. Maybe this is how I do it. And then the 4x4 will take place of this original 2x8. Maybe that's how we'll do it. Because I don't want to lose my work, so I think I'll be okay with this. Because see, there's the copy there. And I'll just rename this original 4x4. If this is the more advanced chip, maybe I'll make it my main one or something. I don't know. So what I did that was kind of funny, because again, look at all these. You see how nice and uniform my XOR area looks. This is the XOR right here. This is its inverter. You literally can see it looks exactly just like it. See? Except my XOR, I did the inverter on the side. So it's, again, kind of the same thing. But because I'm doing this 2x8, it didn't make sense to try and put this inverter off to the side like that. So, or even turn it, like this. Because what'll happen is I still had the carry-in I had to worry about. And it would have touched, you can see where the, I can't really point at it because I'm not going to save this. But you can see where my inputs for the second and third sets of transistors that are doing the processing, that they're facing the outside and the input is in the middle. The output is in the middle. So input's on the outside, output is in the middle to share and then to flow out. This is how I'm going to do a similar design to this for the 4x4 is my plan. Of course, I don't need the inverter. My inverters are going to be in the upper right. So it'll be something like this. Just say that's two inverters. So something like that. I guess I'll just build it. I don't need to give examples. It's going to look like this. So on the upper right is my inverter bank. You have the number 3. Do you see how I labeled these? Almost like a chip, almost like a whatchamacallit? Need to brush up on my terminology and stuff. Really sucking at this stuff. Is it a relay? No. Like one of these dudes. So I just looked up relay for whatever reason, but it's like one of these guys, essentially. Just an 8-pin version of that is what I was shooting for. So now I'm not doing pin out stuff. This is an internal circuit. So essentially it's only a 5-pin is essentially what we got. but I was shooting for a design similar to what that one looks with the 4x4. I came up with this because as I was shrinking the 2x8, I just kept fighting stuff. I'm like, man, there should be a better way to do this, because I'm crossing this and doing that. And I'm having to hop over this guy, and I'm just like, man, I could probably do this better. Because I like the way it looked in the first set. Nice and clean. Jumpers are going straight to where they need. And I have a drawing in the way I did it to help me see what I had to do here in this program. I'd color coded the different things, so that way I can see this better. My main problem with this circuit is this guy right here. That second inverter having to go to this bottom left rail was my main problem I was fighting. So then I decided to flip. You can see this is the NMOSs, this is the PMOSs. I flipped this side, putting the negative on the outside and the power in the middle, basically. And that helped with some of these connections to help clean those up. And then this is the only anomaly guy right here. And I did this because of B. I wanted to keep this area as clean as possible to help with some of these cross connects that's going on. And so by flipping that, because again, the output's the same, and the gates, the rails, I call them, they look like railroad ties to me, like railroad rails. And so I call them rails, but they're the gates that let the signal flow through. But you can see where the B, I'm going to bring this basically up and over and go into those inputs, and I'm not going to have to fight nothing except these rails. And that's what I want to see. I want to give myself the most space in the least amount of space to do what I need to do, because otherwise when I have multiple connections coming out of, they're literally just barely one square away from each other. I'm always fighting, touching stuff, and then I'm having to hop over a guy to get around to where I need to go. And then it kind of defeats the purpose of what you're doing. If you end up going up 6 blocks just to get over stuff, you're better off just leaving it down on the ground on the base of the die. So without further ado, let's go ahead and put this sucker into action after another chip. I like doing the Tostitos hint of lime chips with the restaurant style salsa. I don't have chips and salsa a lot. Basically, when we go out to like a Mexican restaurant to eat, or this every once in a while. I'm listening to some lame lo-fi music, but it's helping me concentrate, because I find that if I maybe I'll do like a podcast or something else. So I don't record everything I'm doing, because there's a lot of times it's just when I'm just sitting there kind of thinking, or I'm not really doing much. I've been noticing that if I'm recording that, it's like it's stupid. It's like there's nothing going on. So some of my brainstorming I've been doing, but I was finding that listening to a podcast or doing some other stuff doesn't help me focus. So finally just bit the bullet and got some actual I like elevator style type music. That really does help me pay more attention to what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and just plop these suckers out. I'm going to figure out what do I want to do for the beginning, because I want to need this row. I'm probably going to have something like this, is what I'm thinking. Those outputs don't share, so I don't have to necessarily have them facing each other. But I want the rails. So maybe something like this. But see, those outputs are going to be different. I guess we'll do the same thing we did before. Make it work and then start consolidating. Instead of what I do is I overthinking it and then I never really do anything. I'm just sitting here designing it in my fucking head and never getting anywhere. So I guess maybe we'll lay it out, see how it looks. And I'm either going to do 2 or 3 here. I might be able to get away with doing a 2. No, because then if I want them on the ground, I'll need 3. I'll need a space in the middle. Let's just try it. All right, so this next set here, the rails are not combined. So we either want to turn them it's a combined output, so we could probably get away with doing that. This is my first rough draft of this thing, so I guess we're just going to see how it goes. I'm going to probably do another thing just like that over here. And since that output goes to that rail, that would be convenient. That's going to just go right to that guy. And the rest of them can be all like that. I should probably leave a little bit of room because this is going to be my A and B combined output. So for instance, these two here and that guy, those two right there, that's all going to be A and B. Here's a problem. This would be A. If I want to bring A on the ground, then A and B definitely has to go in the air. All right, stop overthinking it. Let's just get it in here and let's just put it together and see how we do. All right. This one could be this way because those rails are together. And then we're back to normal here. All right, so it's going to essentially be something like this. I don't think it's going to stay like that. B is going to be for that rail. We're going to need to bring that guy over, so we should probably A can be right there. B can probably be here and just shoot up and shoot over right to the rail. And A will be right here because that's exactly where A's going. And then the carry in will likely be here, but I think just in case, now there's not going to be enough room for them to go through there anyways. All right, I think we should just fire it up and then we'll start optimizing it from there. So that can't be there. It has to be over here. That's not going to be able to be like that. Because this guy is going to need to be the output of the inverter here. So how am I going to do that? These guys can't be like this because they'll touch. Can we? That'll touch too. A is the rail for there. Can I take A, continue it on? I have it backwards. No, I got it. It's this rail here. Should I just put the carry in up and over? So like there. I really kind of wanted it to come down the middle. But I could bring it down to the bottom rail and then just backfeed it a little bit to those other ones. And that way it leaves the middle free and clear. And it won't really add any extra to the circuit, I don't believe, except for going over everything. So my idea is bring A here. This was wrong. A needs to go there. It will need to go to this input, but what I'll probably do is bring it up and over because B does need to go here as well. And I'm thinking of moving B here. That way I leave that stuff free and clear. So it's like this. So that's B, that's A. Okay. This design's not as straightforward as I thought. Because what B is going to do, we can get this out of the way. B does need to basically come up and it's going to feed these guys. And see, going with the rail design really does mess up my outputs the way I want to do them. But I want to give it a try because it does save a lot. Because I was fighting connecting rails and connecting inputs and outputs. This way, I'm not really having to connect a lot of rails. There's less because, right here, this is a connection. This is a connection. All of these, they're common, so they're already connected. So all I need to do is activate the whole rail, and it does two. That's a 2-for-1. But essentially, I was getting a similar thing by combining transistors. So, like, I was taking this guy and combining it with that guy, and that was saving 3 blocks that way. But once I started saving that and compacting everything, I was just having trouble with some of the connections in my other design. And so I started thinking about it. I was like, man, I think I'd like to try a 4x4. All right, so I guess let's just finish off B and see how we do. So B is going to go here. We'll try and keep it low at first, but we might not be able to. It then goes to the input of that power. And I think what I'm going to try and do is have this be the combined output right here. So essentially it's going to go here. And it's going to go here. So I think that'll be all of that. The rail's already activated. And then we just need to hook up the input side of this guy, which we can do it simply by doing that. And I think we're good. Okay. Move on to A. That rail for A is already done. We need this input here, which we can basically do that. It's the same amount of blocks if I do this, right? I don't think that matters, but I like that. That looks cleaner. I think it's the same amount of blocks. Look at my fucking mesh. A rail, A input, and we need another A rail here too. So here's that problem. It's crossing this. It might be beneficial to just do this crossing and just grin and bear it. It is what it is. We'll see how that goes. All right. A and B are done. C in, I think I'm going to, instead of coming down here like I was originally planning, I'm going to come up and over this way. That's about as high as I can go. I don't think I want to go any lower anyways, because I should be okay, but it's just this input, that's that anyway. So yeah, I'm actually good. I can probably go lower because it's going to go to this rail and that input right there. Can't go any lower, huh? Because I would touch those. Yeah. All right, so that's C in to that rail to that input. And this is what I was talking about, is I'm going to use this rail to get me over to the next side. I need to feed these inputs here. So this guy and this guy here. So I'm already seeing another problem. I don't think this is going to fly. Let me just show the outputs, most likely what I'm going to do. Like this guy will probably go here. This guy will go here. This guy's done. This one's the problem because I'm going to need to bring this over. These out. One of these is going to have to tie into this. So we'll work on that. So we're still going to need to activate these rails. That's going to be that damn inverter. That inverter one is going to be a problem. Off of this coming over here is going to be a problem. I might be able to, since this is active, I might be able to just bring it this way and go up. And then so this guy can go here. Let's do this for now, but that'll likely change. So let's just be finished with CN. So I went up and over. It's the negative input there. It's the rail for those guys there. It's also the positive input over here, along with this guy. Okay. I might be able to go on the ground on that, but let's just finish that off and leave the ground open for maybe this rail here. That needs to go to the A and B. And see, that's already going to touch. So I might just come straight up from there somehow. All right, well, that guy's hooked up. Let's move on to, let's do the inverters. Power is going to go to that side. And both of these outputs, that's why I did that. You can have this output feed that. And then that guy's going to be the A and B. Okay. So I might be able to just jump her off of that and feed that. Okay. Should I reverse that? Because all that's doing is it's going over here. I guess I could. That way you're only feeding one. That's kind of how I had it before. That's right. All right. We're going to go this way with it. And we'll take that. Well, shit, it's going to touch that. Damn it. So this is the problem here. And this combined output needs to feed. It needs to feed this rail and this input. That's right, we're going to have trouble combining the outputs here because this is a combined output and then this is as well. So A and B is kind of screwed. I need to have a better way of feeding A and B right here. So looking at it from this direction, I would rather it come out this way. Maybe I can reverse that since these are both the same in a way. Maybe I can reverse those two. That might work. So instead of A feeding that guy, I'll have to move it. Again, the problem is this is my starting point for all these guys too. That's the other thing. So I don't know. See, if I switch these, I'm in the same predicament. But I think that'll work. I'm going to have to switch them, aren't I? But get rid of that crossing. Yeah, let's switch all this. Okay. And all I technically had to do was just turn it, but so this is going to end up being this way. But now that combined output will go to these guys like this. This is essentially the same setup. However, now that that's reversed, let's go back to where we were. So now B is going to this rail here. And B still needs to go to those inputs, which is what it's doing. So we just need to connect this here, and it's still the same. So you see B goes down, hits this rail instead of hitting what it was earlier. That's the input for B, and that's the rail for B. So it's essentially the same, but by doing this now, we can take this output and combine it with this output easier. We don't have this crossing anymore. It gets rid of that crossing because now that's active. Okay. So what's 1 is 2, 2 is 1. Okay. So let's just make sure we're right. B now goes to 2. This is 1, this is 2 now. So B negative, that's the input. Okay. So what we need to do here is that guy needs to go there. I don't think it needs to be that tall, does it? No. Okay. That output feeds that rail, but it also needs to feed this input. So see how perfect that works? Remember, this is the input on the right, this is the input on the left. This is going to be a combined output. We're going to jump right over to these combined outputs here. This guy's input needs to come from A. So same thing. Boom, boom. That worked out much better because now A was the rail for there and the input. Yep. So this works out really good. Much more cleaner, much more efficient. We get rid of that crossing. That was good. All right. This output's going to kind of screw me, but it is what it is. It's here. I can't go out here because I'm touching there. We could just bring this out here. We're going to be going out there anyways. I don't know how bad that's going to screw me that way, but I think I'm going this way anyways with A and B, the way I want to do it. Okay. This guy is done. This is my A and B. I'm going to put a little stinger here to remind me that that's my A and B. The inverters are done. This is the combined there. It's doing its thing. Perfect. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, this combined output goes to this rail. Let's highlight this. We already got this guy. Yeah, that guy's done. We're doing this guy now. This is the pain in the ass one. So it's combined out to this rail, and I was going to take that and try and jumper it over to this guy here. As you can see, I'm limited on space. Have to kind of probably do something like this. Okay, that guy's hooked up, and then these fuckers have to go all the way over here to this. Do we want to abandon that idea and just go up and over? And it's just the long one and it just sucks. Is there anything else we can do? Because again, this is going to be an A and B input right here as well, isn't it? It is. But so is this rail, right? No. Yes. Yeah, it is. So let's do that. Let's just go over. Damn it. I'm trying to not go too tall. Okay. That guy's there, which means we can go here. Well, let's leave a little something there again to remind me that's my AB, because I think there's more I got to do with that, right? I'll look at it in a minute. Yeah, it's got to go to this rail right here, which I think I can just come from the bottom. Can't. You're probably better off. Better off doing that. That's kind of how I have it drawn up anyways. A and B, A and B. A and B. That's those rails. I was trying to see if there was a way I can maybe combine those all in one line, and it just didn't seem like it would work for the other stuff that I was trying to do. Because then you're pushing the inverter down here, and there's lots of other stuff going on with the inputs and everything else. So I was like, as nice as that would be, I don't think this design would work with that. So you can kind of see how having this flatter design makes it easier to do this stuff. I don't think I'm really saving on the ticks here because of this fucker. This needing to go over here is a big problem. So what I'm already seeing, maybe I can do a little cheat here. Do you see what I'm seeing? Bring it down here. Keep it low. And then figure out how I can get that guy there. Right, let's change this. That's connected. And then what we'll do knew this guy would screw me. I mean, this output would be great if I can just go straight to it. So why not? I think I see it. Keep that. We're going to have to come like here. That's tied together anyway, so we can clean this area up a little bit. We do need to go around that, so that's why we did that. That frees up this guy to go this way a little bit, which means I can go here. I understand that that's touching, but I can do that. And we'll just bring this over like this. All right, let's verify this thing works first. And where are we at with? Make sure these are locked on. What am I missing? Those guys are all there. Plugged everything in. This is gonna be one of those. It needs shit like that. Those combined outputs I'm gonna have a problem with. Oh, do I need to I need to jumper that guy out. Damn, this inverter line. Seriously. Yeah, this one from here to there is a problem. And turning these is a problem too, but I can't have the rails touching. And there's two pairs of transistors that my my first set that I turned, and then the seventh set, which is the one I'm fighting. It's those ones that I can't have them touching. How about I turn them anyway? And I can move it out here. It looks like I can move it. But then I can't have that. I can't use that because it'll be my new inputs going to these outputs. And I need that to get over here easier. Yeah, this is a problem because any way I slice it, I'm trying to get this guy to go here and that guy to go there. Maybe something like this. And then that guy can go there now. That still doesn't solve this one. We're probably going to have to nix this guy and go up and over like that. And then you can do that. And then we can do this. Now what? Oh, same thing. All right. So that apparently is what most people have probably done to get a little bit better speed. So you see it increased my volume. Where is my notes? That was the 2x8. This is the 4x4. Three, 58, 75, 56, 54, 56, 73, 58. Okay. All right, this is our first draft of this guy. Is there anything? And it still just does not. It doesn't really look the way I want it to look. Okay, we can shave off a little bit here. We didn't need to go as high as I thought I needed. Shaved off 10 ticks. Save that. So we have a full bit adder. We have a full bit adder, a 2x8, and a 2x8 copy. So it saves that 2x8 as well. Okay. What else can we do here? don't see much else. It's not bad. This, what can we do about this A and B? Bring that up there. Eliminate all this trash. That's going over there. Can we do something different here? We have to connect it there. So this guy's going to that guy. We can go that route. Can't really change that guy. But maybe. No, because you can't touch that. That damn inverter line again, really just, it's a piece of crap. I can't go there. Get serious now. Close. I feel like I'm close. I think I'm going to like this design better than the other one. But there's going to be probably some use cases where I'll need the other one. Wasn't enough salsa on that chip. See, I don't think this matters as much as I'm thinking it does. Yeah, I can't touch that. I think I'm stuck with doing that. However, that opens up. Doesn't that open up this? That was the way it was already before. I was trying to see about doing this route. That looks fine. Why did it look weird before? Remember I had that, I was bringing it here and I had that little, yeah, that's stupid. This is much better. But unfortunately, I have to bring that way. But that was the better option to doing it this route. Because it cleaned up all sorts of stuff. It cleaned up this. It cleaned up these rails. I was able to piggyback off these rails to feed those inputs. This is a much cleaner design up here. So I like it. I like that. I'm not very ecstatic about this inverter line, the inverter output over here, but that's the oddball part of this design, that there's just not enough I can do about it. Because if I end up fixing that, I end up screwing up. It seems like I'm screwing up more other stuff. So let's revalidate, make sure we're good. How come my ticks went up? This caused more ticks? Really? I don't understand. Why would that cause more ticks? With a cleaner design and less blocks used. Going the wrong direction. Trying to get less ticks. Hey, I should be able to go this way with this. And it'll look nicer. I feel like there's something else I can do with this guy. What about... That's going to touch right there. I was thinking to shave off some of that, I can go up and over here. I'm still going to need to use it. And that's the carry again. It's the carry in here, here. How about we nix this guy? I think that's more blocks. I think that's going to be worse. It did lower the ticks. So like I was saying before, you're better off, instead of having like a U shape to connect to go around something, you're better off with like a plus symbol coming out like a middle and branching out to stuff. Let's save that. So what I'm doing is for the carry-in, instead of it coming all the way around and coming back up to do that processing, it comes down and it goes to this guy, comes down, goes to that guy. So to get to here, I don't see where it's going to be beneficial for me to tie in this guy to that guy. I think it's going to be about the same. So you want to follow the trace and get it to where you want this guy to be as close to the source as possible is what you're trying to do. And in this case, it's basically way out in left field. I don't think there's a better way to really do it unless... Let's see, I feel like I'm adding blocks. Yeah, I can't do that. And with coming here and jumping over to here be shorter, I don't think so. But I'm willing to try it real quick. That'll touch, right? Yeah. If it was a straight shot, then it would be a maybe. $31,502. Yeah. You're better off the other way. It's because I have to going up and over is not helping. That's the straightest shot. Let me turn it off. Let's just come back in. All right, so I think that's going to be the best I'm going to be able to get that guy because he's got a long ways to go. And then the longest here, it's got a short output, so that output's good. That rail is as good as that's going to get because that's basically coming straight down, going to that rail. If I didn't have to do this funny stuff, I can go straight to it and save 2 blocks. But I don't think I'm going to have a choice with that because I need... Could I make that work? Let's try it again, but I don't think so. Because that was the problem I was having last time, right? This will shave some off, but I got to go around in a funny way. I think that'll work. It's the same amount, right? It's 2 less blocks because that 423 was a better one for blocks, but it had a higher tick. So that's better. All right, but we can leave that. That's about as good as that's going to get, I think, with this current overall design. Let's check out A. Of course, A is not being processed, so there's really not much more else to do. I mean, I really got this one down good. It jumpers over here. It goes to this rail. It goes to this rail, which feeds that input. This is a really good design. And of course, I can't turn it off, but whatever. Blue feeds that stuff, feeds down. I think this is the best I can do for blue too, but I can't. Oh. Reset validation. Okay, so this goes down. This feeds that input. This feeds that rail. The rail feeds all these guys. This is the most streamlined I can make that. Going down one side, that's pretty good. All right, so here's A and B. This is the one that kind of sucks. So anything else I can do for you? Okay, I can see that a little bit better. A and B comes out. Maybe. Yeah, could I? I don't think that's going to matter because overall you're still going to need to combine them. This is your combination and then it goes out. So even if I try to send this over here, I don't think that's going to work any different. That's as good as that's going to probably get. Unless I do that. I really can't do anything here. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's going to matter. I'm thinking about you have to hop up and over anyways. Going this route. To feed this guy. We'll see if that makes any difference. I don't. If anything, that added more blocks, but I'm curious if it'll help the ticks. I don't think it will because it's not always you're getting stuff from here that's feeding what you need to feed. What it could do is end up going this way, coming back, and then feeding that rail. You know? Even though maybe going this way goes to the here quicker. Guess we'll find out. See if this does matter. I don't think so. So I increased 7 blocks. It did help the ticks. It did. Now let's see if there's anything else we can do. So this is the slowpoke. This is the one that's the problem. Can we do anything else? Yes, I think we can. Let's go. Yeah, but I still need to connect it. What else can I do? Really love to have A and B on the bottom level. but the output, I would need to change this. I would need to redesign this to get a better output. You'd end up screwing your inputs just to make the output better. And then even when you make the output better, you're fighting this stupid crap right here. This is the problem there. And then even if I get the A and B on the bottom level, it'll help. It can help this rail, but it won't help this or this. So it's the rails. It would fix this rail issue and that rail issue right there. They'd make that better. But I'm still stuck with having to go in the air for those guys. I have it pulled up on my thing here. And I see the rails. God, this is such a mess. Like, I got those inputs looking really good, but it's screwing the output because coming from here, and then also this one, I kind of want to turn it. I'm thinking about turning it. Do you see what I'm getting at? If I turn it, and let's say my outputs are here, but I also have a set of outputs here. I do jumper that, but at least I'm out and I'm free, and I can kind of move and do the rail thing I want to do. Yeah, but then this guy right here kind of screws me right here. I can maybe figure out something different to do here. Maybe not connect it. Have no connection here. Move this guy up and over and come off of this rail. Damn it. I was afraid of this. Like, I'm so close to kind of where I want it, and then there I am redesigning it. That can possibly make this lower as well if I get rid of this little instance here. Nah, I got this guy in the way right here. That output too. Keeping these rails separate does kind of screw me as well. Let's see, turning it means B doesn't come out here at all. B can connect both right up here and then launch from here aerial and still do this stuff. You would basically have one connection come over and connect there. Yeah, I think I want to turn it, because also turning it also means I can bring this guy out on the ground and go over to that as well. and B lower. I think I'm going to turn it. We'll see how it does. So I think this guy can be on the edge. All right, so remember I changed 1 and 2, so I need to turn it with 1 and 2 in mind. So the power is going to be on top, and then the negative is going to be on the bottom. So, and the power rails don't connect. So B input here like this. And that's going to be an A rail. But I can't have them like this. Double check it again. Yeah, it's because they were turned. The rails were different. Yeah, we're turning it all clockwise. Okay. So that guy is it's gonna face that way because B is the input. But I see what the problem is. A can't feed the rail like it did before. Okay. Because again, you're screwing the inputs now. See, that's how it's going to be, but we can't. So does it need to be like that? Or do we do it anyways and but I need B to come up and over too. And then this is going to feed the rail for this guy as well. And it was the same thing. And this is screwed up. So B was that input, but B is also the rail for these guys. So now your combined output is here. But how are you going to feed this rail? The whole point of this was to make it so that I can have this would be my A and B output. That's what I want to do. To clean up my output. That's what I was trying to do. But now you got this A. That's a problem. A is there. But it needs to also be the rail in the input. I guess just bring it here. That's not terrible. It was nicer the way it was before, but I'm trying to make my output better. So these are the trade-offs. Just gonna have to fucking deal with it and see if it's better. All right, so A is that rail. It's also this rail, and it's the input to this, which this is my new output. Okay. The B rail. That's the B rail. This guy was from the inverter. And that's a long ways. So I just made that worse too. So I'm trying to make the A and B output better, but I'm making my inverter input longer. And B, wait a minute. Let's look at it again. B input, B rail. Oh yeah. B was also this. That's A. I think I have these backwards. Hold on a second. No, A is the rail. I gotta remember I swapped them. So this is 2 and this is 1. 1 is the B rail. The input is A. So this needs to be B, which could come from no, it's not the rail though. I had this working before. A did the negative. No, that's right. Okay, I see it. B did that rail. It's that inverter was the yeah. This is the inverter. This is the inverter line. So the inverter is that guy. And it's the input of that guy, and it's the rail for that guy. And then this guy is B. Okay, we got that. So how are you going to get that guy to there? Now that you turned everything and screwed it all up. This is messed up. I'm probably going to have to just let this guy come down here. Is that going to work? I don't think that's going to make it. That touches. I mean, is that output really that much better? That can go there and do that. But you're still long on that guy. I don't know if that's any better. I don't think it is. Especially if you screwed up. I gained 2 ticks, but a whole hell of a lot of blocks. I say gained. I added 2 more ticks, but I added 13 more blocks by turning it. So screwed up my inputs. This guy's the worst right here. This is fucking terrible. And this right here makes me kind of want to go around. This is not going well. Can't go that way. Don't ask. I don't really. Can't touch that. That seems fine, but now I'm out of room here. I can go there, but then you're making that longer. And that's what I did before, right? Because it's having to go through here and back. It's just going to make a big circle. It's going to add to my ticks. Any way to sneak that guy in there? And to not raise this one up. But I'd have to it's just way too long. Damn it. Either way, I'm touching something. So I'd have to keep it the way it is. Same problem. I'm almost certain that doing it this way would be even worse. Because you're not getting a true A and B. This needs to combine with that. Although this is rails, so I'm probably better off the other way. Where was the B? B was right here. A was here. The carry out was in the corner. So best ticks is 495, 431 blocks. You can see this going here. The combination of the outputs is technically kind of over here in a way. So I'm wondering if I should change this to this. A little bit less blocks, but I increased 3 ticks. Why would that increase 3 ticks? I think at this point I'm kind of nitpicking some stuff. I'll see if I can figure out a little bit something else about the whole how it branches off of those ticks thing. I think I might be kind of chasing a ghost kind of a thing, maybe. I don't know. But there probably is something I can do better with this design. I guess I'll have to kind of look at it. But I'll leave it at that. This is pretty decent. I almost wonder if there's a way I can scooch some things a little bit differently. But I think it's about working each trace and just seeing if there's any improvement in each trace without sacrificing or affecting another trace. Kind of like what I was doing here, trying to fix my output, but I ended up screwing the input, and I think I was just making it worse. So I think I'll just leave it at that for now. And just, those are my designs. Maybe what we'll do next too is, if we're pretty happy with all these chips and moving on with this stuff, you'll see that, do I want to just go with the 2x8 for this guy? Maybe, because you can see 2x8, that's technically 4x8, 6x8, 8x8. So here's a situation where I might just leave it the way it is, because this chip we're adding, so like I said, this design I might stick with, or do that more compact design and get this scrunched up a little bit more. But that'll be for another video. And then we'll actually maybe move on to actually finishing this portion of the game. But I'll be pretty happy with the chips that I got for the most part. So maybe I'll screw around with it some more, but I probably should get a few hours sleep before work. I took a nap earlier.